article was published.
Women's Activist Award.
Women Achiever Award. And the felicitated member there in fact.
Award this year and the last year.
2004-2009. I now hand over the podium to Advocate Puneet Agarwal.
Ladies and gentlemen, as youngest member of Bar Council and being the youngest secretary of Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, Varsha Rokade has done marvelous jobs for women's rights. She has earned awards and laurels for her different works relating to the field. She has always been a staunch supporter of women's rights. She was declared as the recipient of Women's Achiever Award 2004 and again in 2009. Ms. Varsha Rokade, who has been taking care of the dice till now, has written a marvelous book on gender justice, Indian scenario. This book is being released today by our honorable guest on the dais. I request Varsha Rokade to take care of the podium again. Thank you.
I am grateful to the organizers for according me this honor at the hands of His Lordship Justice K.G. Balakrishnan as also Justice Shirpurkar. I also thank His Lordship for the honor as well as the distinguished gathering. Thank you. May I now request His Lordship Justice V.S. Shirpurkar, Judge, Supreme Court of India, to address the gathering, please.
Honorable Justice K.G. Balakrishnan, the present Chairman of the National Human Rights Commission, Sir James Mancam, Sir Mark Potter, Mr. Ruala, the one-man spirit behind this conference, Dr. Adish Agrawal, all the delegates, foreign dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, let me welcome all my foreign brothers and sisters here to this great land of Gandhi. The very air in this country has the fragrance of the four basic values, being justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. These four values not only oppose the terrorism, but uphold the human rights. I welcome all of you to this great land. The concept of rule of law was given to us nonetheless by Gandhari, the blindfolded queen in Mahabharata. And she had said, when her prince went for the blessings of victory, she said, Yato dharmas tato jayaha, which is also the motto of the Supreme Court of India. She didn't show the bias in favor of her son. She didn't prefer the son to the others. On the other hand, she says, where there will be law and justice, the victory shall be of that side. Very significantly, Gandhari remained blindfolded, sir, all her married life, like our icon of justice, who is also blindfolded. I congratulate all the awardees. Two of them are my very dear friends, Justice Deshmukh and Vivek Tankha and Venkatramani, of course. And I congratulate you, all of you, sirs, for this coveted award. The conference is always a churning process. In Indian mythology, sirs, the demons and the gods decided to churn the high seas in order to find out the elixir, Amrita. Unfortunately, in that churning process, along with Amrita, also came the deadly poison called Hala Hala. I see the Red Sea of scarfs here. And I congratulate all of you for having come to this conference in order to take part in the churning process. This Red Sea is going to be churned. And we are expecting the elixir of life from that churning, but not the Hala Hala, but what will be that Hala Hala? That Hala Hala or that deadly poison will be the confusion. I call upon all of you to avoid confusion from this churning process. The confusion has to be avoided. You may be right, you may be wrong. Lord, as Denning said, that I may be right or I may be wrong, or I am wrong at most of the times, but I am never confused. So this confusion has to be avoided. The great poet, Nobel laureate, Tagore, had said in one of his poems, Jodi tor dak shube keo na ashe, tobe ekla cholo re, ekla cholo re. If hearing your call, nobody comes, then walk alone, walk alone. I am very happy to note that this great organization of the international jurists, their call has not gone alone, or their call has not gone in the wilderness. There are so many hundreds of persons who have given the answer to the call in the noble cause of the human rights, in the noble cause of the terrorism, which are also the biggest questions facing the mankind. I am very happy, and I congratulate all of you who have given the answer to the call of not only the organization but also Dr. Adish Agrawal. I congratulate Dr. Adish Agrawal on this occasion, and I am very thankful that I was given an opportunity to come here and express my thoughts. I also congratulate the foreign dignitaries on their brilliant talks. It is always a great pleasure to hear Professor Shibon Shetrit, and also it was a great pleasure and it was a great privilege to hear Sir Mark and Sir James. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the enlightening speech and for the eloquent address. May I now request His Lordship Honorable Justice K.G. Balakrishnan, Chairman, National Human Rights Commission and former Chief Justice of India, to give his address.
Justice Shirpurkar, the Judge of the Supreme Court of India, Professor Shimon's Retreat, Sir James R. Mancham, and Lord Justice Mark Potter, Dr. Aditya Agarwala, the distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, let me congratulate all the awardees who got this prestigious recognition by a very renowned organization. The subject of the conference, main subject, is human rights and the international terrorism. It's a very vast subject. I just would like to talk how the terrorism and the counter-terrorism activities how created the ethical disintegration of human rights values in the world. The human rights are universal values and legal guarantees that protect the individuals and groups against acts of commission, omission, abetment or negligence by the state actors that interfere with the fundamental freedoms and dignity of the individuals. Terrorism, whether perpetrated by the state or the non-state actor, is perhaps the greatest violator of these human rights. It is clear and present danger in today's world as it strikes a fatal blow to the rights of innocent citizens. The ruthless, barbaric, inhuman killing of innocent people carried out by terrorists with a view not only to challenge the authority of the government but also to put the security and sovereignty of the country in jeopardy has brought trauma and perpetual grief to thousands of families across the world over the last few decades. Terrorism has today emerged as a serious threat to humanity and poses a serious challenge to the international community. It is a paradox that while on one hand higher and better international human rights and humanitarian standards have evolved, especially in the last 5 or 6 decades, on the other hand, conflicts and fewer forms of terrorism, newer forms of terrorism which threaten human rights of people around the world continue to be on the rise. Terrorism is a frontal assault on the most basic human right, namely the right to life and liberty by those whose sole aim is to kill and maim human beings, whether innocent children, men or women. Terrorism aims to weaken and in the long run destroy the foundation of human rights, democracy and the rule of law. Terrorist acts have a direct impact on the enjoyment of a number of human rights, in particular rights to life, liberty and physical integrity. Further, terrorism can destabilize governments and jeopardize peace and security in addition to adversely affecting the peace development in a country. All these in turn have a direct bearing on the fundamental rights of individuals. The destructive impact of terrorism on human rights and national security has been widely recognized by states and international organizations like UN. While there is no universal definition of terrorism, most agree on its impact on states and citizens. There is an agreement thus that terrorism, among other things, threatens the dignity, security of human beings everywhere, endangers lives, creates an environment fear among the people, negates fundamental freedoms, and aims at the destruction of human rights. Has an adverse effect on the establishment rule of law, has links with the transnational organized crime, drug trafficking, money laundering and trafficking in arms, has adverse consequences of economic and social development of the states, adversely affect friendly relationship between the states and series of other consequences, and threatens the territorial integrity and security of these states, constitutes grave violation